what we've decided is I'm going to be doing a steamed bun with the goat mince, but I'm also going to do a baked version as well. Go on this steam bun. Hold that one up. So I got some goat off my friend the other day, and he's gone out and he's actually shot the goat. And this is this field to table series that we were talking about in an earlier video. So if you're interested, take a look, and he introduced himself and the company to you guys.
So this is my 223, so this is what I use to get the goat marked, and Mark's going to use in this dish.
So I'm going to be cooking up this goat. I thought what we could do is almost do it like a barbecued steamed bun, but with the goat that I'm going to flavour with juniper, salami because the goat's quite lean, a little bit of pickled ginger and coriander, and then cook it through, have it quite wet, and instead of doing small buns, doing a big one, so you almost cut into it and it flows out like a pie would, like a meat pie. So that's my ideas. I've never done anything like that before, so let's see how it turns out. I'm going to put the salami into it as well, so when we cook it down, I'm going to put a bit of salami into it, because goat can be quite lean as well, so it doesn't have a lot of fat. This is the goat mince. Okay, so next thing we've got to do is make the dough. So I've got the sourdough starter, and we're going to make up a dough. I'm actually going to use a big bowl because we're in the middle of donut production. So those of you that don't know, we've got a donut company here, and you're in the middle of the production kitchen. This is our production kitchen. So I won't show you the rest of the kitchen because we've got donut dough and stuff everywhere a little bit at the moment. You can see the sourdough starter that I've got here is nice and active. So the links to all these recipes will be on my website. So we're just going to start off. And I've got a mixture of hot water and milk. And the reason I'm using the big bowl is because it's got a little bit of mixture from the donuts, and that's going to be used as like a baker dough. So a little bit of a pre-mix that goes into any yeast dough. Any pre-mix that goes into the yeast dough will be really beneficial. So now I'm going in there with a mixture of yeast and sugar. And then we'll add the eggs as well. So in here it's been the water, the milk, the sourdough starter, a little bit of mix on the side of the bowl. We're going to put the eggs in here now, and yeast and a bit of sugar. And so the sourdough starter is going to feed on the sugar, and also the yeast is going to dissolve and also feed on that sugar and also the sourdough starter. So we're going to leave that for about 10 minutes. As you can actually see, this has been feeding for quite a long time because I had to roll the donuts. Yeah, it's been fermenting for about an hour, this has, which is a good thing. Okay, so then we're going to go in there with the flour, salt, and we're going to add some spices. Just a little bit of allspice. And we'll start mixing that. And we're going to mix it together and knead it. So it's going to be in this mixing machine, and you can obviously use a smaller machine, for about 10 minutes. So it's nice and elasticated now. See? Now it's ready to add the butter. That's the dough done. I'll show you the consistency of it. But what we want to do now is, so that I can work with it and shape it easily, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to ferment it in the fridge. So the dough's going to slowly ferment, develop flavour, and be easier to handle to be cooler. Yeah. So you can see, this is what we're doing. So we go into the bowl. We're going to cover that one, spray the top with oil, cover it with glad wrap, and then we're going to ferment it in the fridge. It's going to probably take about 2 or 3 hours. Okay, right, so the bread dough's been actually fermenting overnight, but it will literally need until it's proved until twice its size. Even in the fridge, it will only take normally about 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, and you can always speed it up and put it in a warm place. As the recipes will be on my website, everything. So I'm not using any flour. Okay, so first the steam buns. I don't have a big steamer, so I might have to just scale off at about 100. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll them. So that's quite easy to roll. Just roll into a ball, and then let's get it warmed up a little bit. It's a bit too cold for shaping. Hold around, and then with this one, two-handed, I put my little fingers in while I'm rolling it. But it's quite a bit too cold to shape at the moment. Okay, so we've got the dough now has been rested, so it's going to be a bit more malleable, so we're going to be able to roll it a bit easier, a little bit when you rest pastry. So we just rolled it into a nice shape, and then what we're going to do is we've got this meat that's chilled. It's nice and cold now, we don't want it like warm in any way, and it's going to allow us to like mould the bread nicely. And I'll do some smaller ones. These ones are for the bread, so we'll do the steamed ones first. I'll say really good for the community, people like that. Cool. But I'm just going to put a little bit of char siu on there, yeah, like that. I have a prover, and a great big one at that. So we are going to prove those in there until they're almost double in size, and then we're going to set up my steamer. My steamer's a bit of a laugh because it's a tiny steamer. I'll probably be able to cook 2 at a time. I think so. We'll shape it afterwards. But I think like a pasty type. Yeah. So close the top, like a pasty, but then just push it down a little bit. Yeah. Put these inside. No, that's going to put the pressure on the fold. Perfect. Okay. That's ready for going in the prover. Yeah. I like the mint up really nicely. Cool. Perfect. Okay, so these are proved. these are ready. I've got my steamer. And even with the moist heat of the steam, it's going to make that sauce stick to the bun. Give it a nice finish. Okay, cool. So we just whack that in the steamer. Yeah, pop that in there. Now they will increase a little bit. Yeah, so just in case it does want to stick to the sides, a little bit more oil. Nice, and we're just going to stick that one in our steamer. So water boiling. Just going to stick that one on. So you put the lid over the top. And going to leave it boiling quite vigorously. And we don't need to cook the inside, it's literally just the bread, so it'll take about 15 minutes on a medium to high steam. And this one's going to be ready. Okay, right. So, ready. Right, I'll take that one out. Ooh. Okay. And the bread is looking ready as well. Gorgeous. Down there. Down there. Just on that. But that will soften down once it cools down. It will soften down. Looking quite nice. Okay, so let's have a go on this steam buns. First of all, let's cut one of these in half. Oh, and you know it's cooked because it moves freely on the greasy paper. Just hold that one up and you can see how it looks. Okay. And all I've got is, just to make it easy, I've got a little bit of sweet chilli and soy sauce. That's it. Some of that. Looks nice. That's really delicious. Yeah. That's so yummy. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. That's how it. Let's see how it turns out. There we are. See? Nice bit of. Right, just gonna have that to taste to that one. Ooh, that looks good. No. Both quite different, that. Okay, well that's it from me today. That's really good, really good. And if you like what you see, all the recipes will be up on my website, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching Family Kitchen with Mark, and if you're not subscribed already, press the old subscribe button, and that will mean you won't miss any future videos. See you in the next video. And here's some other bread I was doing as well. So this is like almost like a Turkish bread with some barbecue seasonings.